Hi, I'm Jackie Rabbit. Today I want to talk to you about something that's very important in the beginning of transition. Weight loss. Yes, weight loss. I know. I struggled with it too. I used to weigh 350 pounds at one point in my life. And I'm struggling my way down just like the rest of you. But I have some things I want you to know about when you start versus after you've completed bottom surgery. There are differences, and I want to discuss them with you. And some other things that are right in the beginning of transition that I think you need to focus on and do earlier rather than later. Go give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Click the bell so you get an alert the next time I bring up a topic that you probably need to know. Let's go talk about weight loss before and after bottom surgery and why it's so important to start early. Come on, let's go talk about it. Yes, weight loss is tough. I know. I hear all of you. I'm just as guilty. I'm not always on my game, but I've tried and I've had successes and I've had some not successes. We won't call them failures. But in this time of COVID-19, sometimes I wonder, does the 19 stand for the 19 pounds that you're bound to gain when you're staying at home? So yeah, I have definitely gained my 19 and then some more. It is what it is. Part of my reasoning has to do with how I heal after surgery. I go into surgery as fit as I can be. I don't diet all the way up to surgery, but I get myself to a point where I feel good, healthy, at the best weight it can be. And then before surgery, I let myself be nourished. I eat for about a week. I don't gain any weight, but I'm certainly not losing any weight. I want to make sure I have the proper amount of carbs and all my vitamins and protein, things that I need that my body will use as I heal. And then after surgery, I always give myself permission to heal properly and have proper nutrition. And if I'm putting on a little bit of weight during that time period, that's perfectly fine. My body needs the building blocks to heal, and it needs good nourishment. And there may be a period of inactivity or I'm a little more sedentary. Sedative too, yes, after surgery, they do give you sedatives. So, I'm not moving around as much. I'm not doing all the same stuff and all the activities. So, a couple pounds might find their way onto my frame. I think a bunch of them found their way onto my frame after bottom surgery, and I want to talk about this. There is definitely a difference before and after bottom surgery, at least for me. Now, I've heard this from other girls as well. Now I get to talk about it because I have firsthand experience. I'm urging you to lose as much weight as you can in the beginning because it's going to be extremely hard after bottom surgery. Now, I did not experience this with top surgery. I did not experience this with facial surgery or vocal surgery. But after having gone through bottom surgery and not having any of the boy parts left, losing weight has become intensely difficult. And actually, at periods when I should be losing weight or arresting any forward momentum, I'm still gaining weight. So I ended up at 190 pounds, and I have fought back and forth between that and 185 for a couple weeks now. And I'm eating right. I'm really, truly eating right. I mean, I can boil it down real easy for you. A cup of coffee in the morning. Yes, I have creamer, but I like creamer, but it's the, sugar-free. There's a lot of reasons people say one versus the other, but it's sugar-free. Hopefully that was helping me. And then grape nuts. I like grape nuts, people. Don't seem to like them, but I have it with almond milk, the low-sugar almond milk, and a banana. That is a very typical breakfast for me. Then I'll have something for lunch. What I've been doing for lunch has been mostly typical. A single tortilla, flour tortilla, and a small avocado, and a little pepper. Now, maybe that doesn't sound appetizing, but to me, that is a good lunch. And it provides my body with a lot of the things it does need. I know there's carbs there and there's fat there, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's small. It's a small avocado. And that's my lunch. And I'm very active at work. I'm walking around the warehouse, doing things with machinery. And I do sit at my desk and do a lot of paperwork too, but I'm quite active. Then for dinner, it's usually a salad. Sometimes a pretty good sized salad. I'll have a salad kit. And I don't stress out about like super low calorie. It's a salad. So I have a salad. It might have some cranberries in it, or some dried cherries or something, or a little bag of nuts that goes in with the mix. And sometimes it's just a bag of salad, and I do put some dressing on it, usually Italian. And in all of those cases, I do add a tablespoon or a bit more of olive oil, as it's just good for your veins. And that's really not a bad thing either. Now, you add all those calories up, they're not a lot. Certainly less than 2,000. Probably 12 to 15. But at the end of the day, that regimen of eating, I would have been losing weight on a very steady basis. And I do occasionally throw protein at this. Sometimes either tofu, little chicken, some eggs, things of that nature. Now, I do primarily eat vegetarian just because it happens to happen, not because I'm actively pursuing it, but I really do like salad, and I like carrots. So a lot of my snacks would be some little baby carrots. Lately it's been apples. So I keep some apples in the fridge, and they're nice and cold and crispy. And if I get a little nibbly after dinner, I'll allow myself 1 or 2 apples. Yeah, I know there's sugar in there, but it certainly is better than any other snack that I could grab, crackers, or, if there's a box of Cheez-Its in this place, there's an empty box of Cheez-Its in this place. A box of Club Crackers, that's an empty box of Club Crackers. I know it looks like I just bought it, but it is empty. That's why I don't buy it. I don't put things in here that I will eat that are bad for me because I just don't have that kind of willpower. So abstaining from those things is best for me. So that's what I've got. Salad, grape nuts, almond milk, coffee creamer, coffee. I've got the basics I need, the fruit, my vitamins. And I take all my vitamins every morning. It's one of those things that I've just noticed. It's best for me not to have the temptations. So I should be losing weight, right? No, I'm not losing weight. I'm not losing weight at all. This kind of sucks. Here's the deal. When I started out and I had started on estrogen, estradiol, and blockers, there was still some testosterone floating around in my system. As little as it may have been, it was there. And I have a sneaky suspicion that it helped me immensely losing weight. When I started, I was probably close to 250, and I got myself down to 165 by the time I was coming out of facial surgery. Now, that really wasn't that long ago. I mean, it's less than a year ago, I think, or maybe it is a year now. But that initial move from a higher weight to a lower weight wasn't hard for me. In the beginning, it was the easiest. So had I focused on losing that weight in the beginning as much as I could, which I did, I would have done a much more higher level of benefit for the effort I was putting in. Now, I am really struggling. Like, it is very hard. And my cravings have changed. I used to crave salt, and I drank a lot of water. And being on the blockers, they actually shed water for you, which is one of the reasons you crave the salt. But at the same time, you're not retaining water. And now I have to be careful because I will retain fluid. And it is a different challenge. And now I'm not craving salt, although I do like salty things. Sugar. Sugar. I like sweet stuff. And I didn't before, but don't even let me smell chocolate because I will tear your arm off to get it. So if you have chocolate in your purse, you better just put it on the counter first and let me know it exists because it might be dangerous if you don't. So I have to just abstain and stay away from such things. I've got to keep away from that stuff. So I'm struggling my way back down from mid 180s, and I've got to get back down to, 170 would be okay. But ultimately, I'd like to get down to 160. And I'm wondering, how am I going to do this? So my whole deal today is to tell you, look, for you girls who are starting out, there are things you want to do in the beginning. And one of them is going to be lose as much of the weight that you want to as soon as you can. Some of you are fine, and this topic is completely irrelevant. Some of you are thinking, yes, this is for me. I want to lose weight, so I better start focusing now. And I'm telling you, focus now while you can. It's easier in the beginning than certainly later. Now, as you get older, because I'm now 50 years old, that plays another factor. The older you get, the tougher it is. What I've noticed over this entire period is that eating is about 25 to 30% of your weight loss, and exercise is a good 70 to 75% of your weight loss. Granted, I'm not exercising as much as I used to, and I should. The exercise bicycle over there hasn't had any miles on it in a few weeks. Now, I need to make that a change, and as of the new year, I'm going to. I swear, it's not a resolution. It's just going to happen, and I will do it. And I have some other things going on where right now just staying at a plateau is okay as long as I'm being healthy. So after bottom surgery, things change. They really do. I mean, it's super, super hard to lose weight after bottom surgery because you just have the estrogen on board. And I know all the cisgender female women are, ha ha, Jackie, told you so. And then all of my other trans women friends who have been telling me this for 2 years straight are also ha-haing me, knowing that I finally am absolutely on board with the idea that they were being completely truthful. I mean, I thought they were, and I agreed with it, but, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, no, it's okay. I've always been able to when I want to, and if I put enough effort into it. Wow, the level of effort now is very high, and the results are not what they used to be. I have fixed up my bicycle, and I do plan to use it. Some of you know I had a very bad motorcycle accident, and this leg doesn't really work so great, especially below the knee. It's mostly numb, and the foot doesn't move and stuff, but it works good enough for me to wander around on 2 legs, and I do limp, but that's fine. I get around pretty well. I built this bicycle where only the left pedal is there. I cut the right pedal off and then made a mount to the frame so I could just rest my foot on the pedal on that side. And then I put a fixed rear gear on the back, so the pedal on the left is always turning, so I don't have to worry about bringing the pedal back around since I can't do it on the right to bring the pedal all the way around. And I like riding that bicycle, and I'm really excited to go take it on a few bike paths. I haven't taken the time to do that, but I will very soon. The air quality out here has been so bad for so long that I wasn't going outside and exercising, but now I can. So that's something I'll be doing more of. So for you girls in the beginning, weight loss is something you want to do at the beginning, as well as a therapist. In the beginning, therapy, therapy, therapy. I can't stress that enough. Also, electrolysis. That is something you want to get done right away because you're going to be doing it for a long time. Not laser. Do not bother with laser, especially below. It is just a temporary hair removal. It is not permanent. It uses heat and is not good to your skin. I absolutely don't want you guys doing laser. I know it sounds like it's quick and it works, and there's going to be plenty of people who are going to argue with me and tell me, yeah, it works, I got it done. Well, wait a year or so. It's going to surprise you down the road. Then the next question I know you're going to ask is, well, then what kind of electrolysis? Well, there's actually 3 modalities that are encompassing what electrolysis is actually called. There's thermolysis, which just uses heat from radiofrequency energy with a probe in the follicle. It heats it, cooks it, turns it into gel, and you pull it out, and it hopefully kills it. There's just current, where they put the probe into the follicle, and just electrical current, no heat whatsoever, is killing the follicle and actually creating lye inside your pore, using the salt and the moisture in the pore, turns it into lye, which melts all the follicle and everything, and that comes out. That's actually very effective. And then there's a blend of the two, where you have some radiofrequency energy making some heat, and some electrical current making the lye, sometimes in that order, sometimes in the reverse order. But that's called blend. And a good blend operator will be okay, but I do not recommend whatsoever that you do thermolysis on your face. Avoid it. Heat, old skin, not a good idea. You got collagen in that face, right? You don't want to cook it out of there. So avoid thermolysis on the face. Now, I know in the East Coast, that's kind of all they do. Find a straight galvanic operator if you can. At the very least, if you cannot find a straight galvanic electrolysis operator, go find one that does blend. Tell them to do it, very well balanced and not heavy on the thermolysis, light on the thermolysis, and, at least a 50-50 blend. And hunt around. Go talk to multiple people if you have to, whatever you've got to do. But just don't use heat on your face. Please, trust me, we're all older women, right? We don't want to have those fine lines around our lips and the cooked collagen. We want to retain our collagen. And I will say, no, this is 2 years. I will say 2 years of straight galvanic. My face is nice and smooth. I mean, I haven't picked up a razor for my face since months ago. Now, I still go, but it's a lot of little fuzzy stuff, that will eventually turn into a terminal hair. So, I still have, a visit every week or so, but it's getting shorter and shorter. And, well, I'll tell you, it's nice and smooth. It's actually very nice. So straight galvanic is what I recommend. I got off on that tangent. And then, of course, if you're in this process, being fit. Now, that means health too, right? So you're losing weight, but you want to be healthy. So you want to research vitamins, take care of your body. Now, one of the regrets I've got? I didn't take care of my body before because I didn't care. I figure he didn't care about anything. He was miserable, so he didn't take care of his body. I really wish he'd taken much better care of my body when he borrowed it for the first 46 years. So health is important. Take care of your blood pressure and stuff too. That's vitally important, You want to get with your doctor and make sure you're doing everything you can to be the best healthy you and get the most out of your years as a female. You don't want to get to the point where, oh, I'm female. I'm really enjoying my life, but I have massive health problems because I wasn't taking care of myself. Take care of yourself right away. So those high points are, it's going to be hard to lose the weight later in life and after you've had bottom surgery and don't have any testosterone at all. It's really wickedly difficult, so do it early. Electrolysis. Go find a straight galvanic electrolysis person and get the process started. It does take 2 or 3 years. There are no shortcuts. Every one of you who wants to tell me laser is a shortcut, no, I am sorry. And I actually have been studying this for over a year. Really heavily. I have read entire books on the subject, and I'm very well versed on exactly why that isn't. So just trust me when I tell you, laser is not a great idea. It really isn't. Especially for older women like us, because on anything colored or gray, laser doesn't work. And on top of that, stay healthy. Stay healthy, both mentally and physically. Go get that therapist for your mental side. Take your vitamins and talk to your doctor about all the things you can do to prolong and extend and benefit, make your life better in your personal health, do your very best. So those are everything I want to talk to you girls. And that is mostly for the girls who are starting. We're coming up to a new year, and I know a lot of you are finally pulling that trigger. You're going to go for it, and you're going to talk to your doctor, or you have talked to your doctor, and you're moving forward, and you're talking to your spouse, and you're making every arrangement you can to start your transition, or you're in the beginning phases of your transition, and this is all good information for you. So that's why I'm bringing it forward to you today. Now, if you want to talk to some people who know a lot about this, have been through it, and told me about it too, go over to transgenderpulse.com. The members and the moderators are absolutely amazing, and they have lots to say about these topics. Now, I am not the absolute expert of every single aspect of this. I know from my own experience, so I've shared. There are some really knowledgeable people who will very much help you make sense of all of these terms and ideas and things that need to be accomplished in transition, and there's more than one of them instead of just one of me. So go over to transgenderpulse.com and you tell them Jackie sent you. They know me, and they will give you the help that they gave me, and I will tell you, they were instrumental in my ability to move forward in transition. just remember also, I really care that this is going to work out for you. If you're just starting out and you're seeing me, realize where I started was a rough beginning. And I often wondered, oh my gosh, am I going to be the world's ugliest woman? And I thought to myself, well, at least I'd be a woman. So there you go. Take a look. It's not bad. I'm not a beauty queen, but I'm also not an ugly woman. So if I had the guts to show you a before picture, just trust me when I tell you, it was a rough beginning. It really was. I don't know. I'm just not ready to share that before picture yet, but I guess at some point I will. Maybe when we hit 10,000 subscribers, I will. Oh, and by the way, thank you. We hit 6,000 subscribers. So, if you start subscribing really fast and the subscriptions go over 10,000, maybe I'll go ahead and bring out that before picture for you. And there's actually before videos, believe it or not. So you actually get to hear my voice before at some point as well. But I'm just not ready to show you. Trust me, it was rough. And you can get there. I care how this works for you. That's why I share. That's why we talk about this on a regular basis. And I will keep working on this. We'll drill down into those other 3 topics that I brushed on today. We talked primarily about weight loss and how important it is before rather than after, because it's so much more difficult after. So get after it, girls. Do what you've got to do. Get out that exercise cycle and go crazy. Just make it happen. Take care of yourself, and know it matters to me that you get through this. You just have to go one day at a time, and next day is another challenge, and you do it again. You just repeat. Get through today, get to tomorrow, and keep moving. I'll see you next time. Bye. Every month or so, I've got to color my hair. I get a skunk stripe, so I've got to take care of it, right? Yeah, I'm 50. So I was driving home when talking to my bestie on the phone on the way there, and I said, oh, I've got to stop and get some hair color. I'll call you later tonight when I get home, or maybe later, And she says, okay. So I drove home. I colored my hair. It took me a while. And then I called her up, and she says, what took so long? Why did it take you hours to call me back? Did it take you that long to go home? And I said, no. I had to banish a skunk. She said, oh no, really? Was it inside? And I said, no, it was on my head.